Okay, so there's something trending on Twitter right now, and I just wanted to highlight this guy's response and give my own thoughts to it. So he says, if my mom or dad rejects you the first time they meet you, that's the last time I'll be hearing that you'll be hearing from me, right? Parents see things we often don't. There are also battles that I have no interest in fighting, and a constant war between a mother and a daughter-in-law is one of them. For me, to marry any woman, I must have the blessing of both my parents, knowing how accommodating they are and how sound their judgment is. Any woman that they have serious issue with is a definite no for me. Once I meet a woman and we start dating, and I'm sure I want something serious, I always introduce her to my mom first, usually over the phone. After that, I arrange a physical meeting. If we don't pass that stage, whatever we have going on will end. No woman is worth going against my parents. You're not just marrying me, you're marrying into my family. I can't risk bringing someone into a family where she isn't loved from the start. If something were to happen to me, even death, who can I be sure will be there for you and our children? Okay, so he's actually responding to something from Sadiq, saying who is popular for people sending him their, I don't know, they call it marital issues, right? So it is what he said. Happy birthday, wise man. My mama meets my babe of 2 years for the first time last December. My mom called me today, clear me, say she no like my babe, say she lack home training, and I no even sabi wetin I wan do. Okay, so he was just basically responding and saying that, before he gets married to someone, he has to get the blessings of his parents. And yeah, he's not wrong in that vein, but I don't want this to become a kind of common thread that people now look at it as though, um, let me be careful with how I put this. Your family is not actually your parents. That's like the people that raised you now, not the family you want to build. The family that you came out of shouldn't be more important than the family you want to build. I know it's a mistake that people make, and there's always been that kind of debate where you say, should the mom sit in front or the daughter-in-law? I mean, if the daughter-in-law and the mom have a good relationship, there shouldn't be a problem in that way. But then, I feel like as a responsible person, you should actually prioritize your wife or the person you want to spend most of your life with more than your family. Like, I love my mom. The truth is, I'm never going to, forget my mom no matter what happens in my life. In fact, I want to give her the world. I want to give my parents the world. But I think you should be very careful with, I don't know, it's this culture that we have built, right? That people are looking at and saying that this girl no better pass my family, you get. I feel like it leads to a situation where people find it easy to get divorced. Now that's just my opinion. You can disagree with me, but I just feel it that way. I know people just have it like it's it's something that is easier to believe. Like, do you get like of course the person that gave birth to me, why would I but think about it. Maybe on average men get married, let's say 30, and then men on average live to let's say 75 or 70 thereabout. You still spend a majority of your life, at least if you're a responsible person that doesn't want to go about frolicking your destiny, we put it that way, although that's hard. But you get my point. If you're not someone that just wants to be sleeping around and having different relationships, and you're actually someone that wants to settle, build a family, just like your own parents built theirs. You remember that your parents also built their family. So if somebody that wants to do that, I mean, why would you think that the relationship you have with that woman is, you are kind of putting it little? That means you don't actually value the woman. It's not everybody. I'm not judging this guy that posted this thing. I don't know what his opinion is, but yeah, I think I get what he was basically saying. What he's saying is that my parents have to like vet your parents, see through something. But then there are situations where your parents may just not want to marry into a particular tribe and they are not able to, like now, at least me that is from a Christian background, I can say that maybe they have not really gotten any direction from God to actually tell you not to marry this person. It's just from bias. I mean, that kind of situation, you should tell them to pray because if you have actually like spent some time knowing somebody and you have built some kind of relationship with the person, and then your parents can just throw that in smoke. That means you never really value the person. What do you think about that? Like, if you don't give this person all your heart to the point that you can even convince your parents that this is the person you want to marry, and you say no, it's whatever your parents say, then I mean, if your parents are good and they're spirit led, they could help you in picking the right person. But then bias exists, and at the point you actually have to become your own person. I know I'm somebody that doesn't err on that. I believe you should actually respect your parents too. The especially when your parents are quite spiritual and they have they have been praying for you, so they believe they can be led. But then there are some things that God might not necessarily reveal to your parents that may actually be only revealed to you, and it now takes you to convince them into prayer, because sometimes they can just go, oh, I don't want to marry that person in Edo State, and maybe they're still in a situation maybe when somebody from one state maybe poison somebody, and I say, those people, they are very dangerous. They can just have specific biases. But then, if God has actually led you to marry this person, why not? And then, okay, you say, oh, I'm not a Christian. Then why form a relationship with somebody that you know that your parents will just break? You get, even though it's 1 week, I don't care if it's even 1 day, and you just say, that means you made that connection, and then your parents will just cancel the connection and say, oh, yeah, that means there was nothing there. So what if your parents now bring somebody from village and say this person you want to marry, you will not marry the person because you actually believe? What if they just want, what if all there is in their mind, they just want to continue the tradition? Are you really ready to just give up everything and say it's the tradition I want to continue? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. It's not a, it's a big deal. Actually, I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but I just feel we should be careful with all this kind of things. So I mean, subscribe if you like the points that I gave on this video, and we're gonna do more of this. So comment your objections and agreements. It's my opinion, and this is Sammy's World Show. So whatever I say, you can prove me wrong. I just want to give my opinions. I'm also building my opinions as I do this channel. You understand? Trying to build my worldview. That's why the channel is called Sammy's Worldview. So, and of course, I'm not married. I don't know if you cannot see any ring on my hand, so I'm barely not married. So, but I want to eventually get married, and I'm constructing all these things, and I want to be sure that I'm not making a mistake by following bad advices. And this is my own advice. If you're another person watching this video, give me your advice based on what you think. And then if you are, a younger person and you feel you've been in a situation where this relationship was working, but your parents cancelled it and you were okay with it, or you were not okay with it. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk. Maybe you could actually convince them into seeing reasons why. Sometimes prayer is very important in this kind of situation. Sometimes it's just to have a proper conversation with them. That you've seen so and so, and this person doesn't, go with the stereotypes that they have taken. So that's just my opinion on this. Now, this is a very wide topic to get. I'm going to probably make some other videos talking about, because I know many people have different experiences with relationships and marriage partners and all that. So, I mean, once again, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed my take. If you hated it, also subscribe. Yeah, I want you here. That's where you can comment your annoyance with my hot takes or cold takes, depending on how you see them. So, thank you.